And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again another day, helping you win in any marketplace. We always like to do that, and we like to help you win in your real estate deals as well. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Got a great lineup for you today. We're going to have Clyde Smith give us a beach update from the Bilmar Beach Resort, Treasure Island. Martine Gramatica, a former Buccaneer football player, the kicker, and a Super Bowl winner with the Buccaneers. LifeGuard Imaging going to be on the program. And we're kicking off with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, owner of Florida Firearms Academy. We're going to talk about the Second Amendment, student loan debt, and also some ideas to protect yourselves if you do have to use lethal force. So we've got that coming up for you here on the program. We always like to feature our real estate listings. If you're a seller and you're thinking about selling a property, we would love to talk to you, and we would actually feature your property, pitch it live on air to thousands of people, not only in the Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida, but also across the world through our syndication through Binge Networks, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and about 85 other outlets. So yeah, let's talk about our first property here, 6361 US Highway 301 South in Riverview. This is a beautiful property, commercial asset here in Riverview, and this is a corner lot, 50,000 plus vehicles a day passing by. You've got an office building where you can have your desk and offices and work in the air-conditioned climate. In the back, you've got it set up as a mechanics type shop and storage. 6361 US Highway 301 South in Riverview, $1.7 million listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 2803 Safe Harbor Drive in Tampa, another $1 million listing that we've got here. This is in Tampa Bay, Carrollwood area, 2803 Safe Harbor Drive in Tampa. We've got a gated community, 5,200 square feet. Gorgeous estate-style home, the estates at White Trout Lake. Gated community, spiral staircase up to the second floor. You also have a private elevator, granite countertops, new appliances. You've got a pool, heated spa, large fenced-in corner lot. Just a gorgeous property. You got to check this one out. 2803 Safe Harbor Drive in Tampa. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Thomas King, welcome back, sir.
Hey, I just saw your shirt. That's so funny.
Yeah, the capitalism shirt.
That house is gorgeous, right there.
That is a nice one.
That's right in Safety Harbor.
That's Safe Harbor is the address, okay. But it's in Tampa, Carrollwood.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Always a pleasure to be back on your show. It's always fun. Good to be back in town in Florida too.
Yeah, man. So you were fresh off a trip. You were out with the USCCA.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
USCCA and Delta Defense. They are actually like an insurance agency. They're the Capital Concealed Carry courses. So they it's like an NRA, like U.S. Law Shield, but USCCA is the one that I actually go with. They are the ones that insure all my employees and tens of millions of customers. So if you get in any kind of fight, defense, home defense, at a bar with a gun, with a knife, whatever, your attorney's going to be right there. They're going to pay for your legal fees. So if you do own a firearm, highly recommend getting some type of insurance just so you're not going to be out of cost paying that $25,000 retainer and then going from there, and it can go on way up to crazy amounts. Right now, they're actually doing a big case. They're paying for this lady's attorney's fees for the entire thing, coaching her, letting her know her legal rights and what she should do.
Wow. Yeah, and it's normally less than $20 a month or something
like
that.
A couple
typically.
Happy Meals.
Yeah, exactly.
Well worth it. You and your family will be covered. So if you do have a firearm, be responsible, get the insurance, learn the laws. We do a lot of USCCA courses. USCCA is mainly about home defense, defensive situations. We do about 20 different classes with them. So you can always sign up at ffatampa.com or just go to the USCCA website. You'll see us right there and there. And there's tens of millions of ranges out there, it seems like, that also offer USCCA defensive situations and classes.
Yeah, it's important. You know, you have to defend yourself. You have to defend the family, especially if you're the man of the household, as PC as that may not be these days, right? You know,
Right.
hey, I'm the man in my household.
Right.
I'm an alpha male. I used to play football. I'm going to protect my house. You come through that door, you're not supposed to be there. You're going to get, you know, a couple different bad outcomes happening. But you have to be able to defend yourself at some point. So that's what we talk about. And you look at in New York and some of these, you know, liberal states, you know, it becomes the shop owner or the gas station owner that's getting attacked. He becomes on the defensive.
Right, and that's where, after you do have to eliminate a threat, that's where the whole situation starts, where you have to fight now. You have to fight for your freedom, fight for your rights, and fight to stay out of prison. People don't realize this. If someone broke into my home, and I actually said, stop, please don't come any further, and they rush at me saying they're going to kill me or my family, and I have to eliminate this threat, I just committed a felony to stop a felony.
Right.
I have to prove my innocence, right? We're innocent until proven guilty, but in this day and age, it doesn't seem like that anymore.
Yeah.
So I have to get an attorney, fight for my rights, fights to stay out of prison, and you have to know what you can and cannot say during that situation, because your emotions, your adrenaline, your endorphins are so out of whack that you may say the wrong thing, and it'll come up in the court law that, hey, this person's a liar, he said something, and you may not remember until 2-3 days later exactly what happened. And that's what your attorney's going to be there. You're going to call them as soon as possible. They're going to be right there, and they're going to know what to tell you and say, hey, let's go ahead and give our what happened, our speech, to law enforcement. I will comply 100% as soon as my attorney's here and we can go over everything, and I'm calmed down. My endorphins, my adrenaline's all calmed down, and I remember everything exactly how it happened, the way it did happen.
Right. Yeah. Calm down. Maintain your composure. Make sure you're not saying things that just fly off your tongue. You know, you got to be. It will be used against you. We're talking with Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Longtime friend of the program, Second Amendment expert, FFATampa.com, and check out his Facebook page as well. Facebook online as well, Florida Firearms Academy. Yeah, and you know what's coming to mind too is Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah,
you know, here
exactly.
he is. He's slandered by the president. He's slandered by every corporate-owned media company out there. You know, MSDNC, all of them. Kyle Rittenhouse. You know, white supremacist. He traveled across state lines. These types of things. So you're gonna. That's what's gonna happen to you if you have to defend yourself.
Slammed.
Maybe not as hard or difficult. Maybe in Florida, depending on where you're at. But especially if you're out of state or in another state, you're going to be kind of singled out and taken to the extreme.
Yeah, and you want to make sure you have the ammunition, no pun intended, to fight against that. So you can't give anybody in the courts something to go against you with, meaning you said the wrong statement. You can't take it back after you said it. So get with your attorney, make sure you go over your story, what exactly happened, and that's when you're going to give your statement to the police officer.
Yeah, be prepared for those hard questions that they're going to ask you. You almost got to kind of script it out like a movie scene or something. Thomas, talk to me about the Second Amendment. I know our feckless leadership in Washington, D.C. and the illegitimate regime that we have in power right now. They're attacking almost every aspect of the American way, the great founding of our country, right on up to current mischaracterizations of abortion laws, things of that nature. Right to life is really, all these different areas. But the Second Amendment is one that's really scary, because if they can get that one somehow, we have no defense.
It was scary just a couple of weeks ago. The 1808 passed, and every single Democrat voted for this. It's basically abolishing, when you really come down to it, the Second Amendment. That means they're going to take away the manufacturer's right to to make firearms, because everyone and anyone can sue them at any given point, saying, this firearm that you made was used to harm someone or used in a robbery. So they can't fight that. They would have to shut down, meaning there's no one going to make firearms except for probably the government.
Pass? Did that actually go through?
It's got to go to the Senate, and but you know what? That would be terrifying, and you're just asking for a crazy war in that state, because not everyone, many people would turn in their firearms. It's kind of like asking this. You know what? If you go to the military and say, hey, you guys got to use these muskets, is that cool? Because they only shoot one round each time. Right. Would we win a war? No way. Why would you give them the best of the best? Right. Why wouldn't you want family members to have the best of the best to defend their family? Right. It's the same thing. They're defending our country and their families. Well, we're defending our family and our freedoms and our rights. So it's so silly. On stopping any of this is not going to do anything. Taking away firearms from anyone is not going to do anything. The bad guys always have firearms. If we waved that magical wand and every single firearm was now lifted up and even in the military taken away, yeah, then I'd turn in my firearm to you.
Right.
But that's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen. 87,000 new IRS agents, and you know, a lot of them are going to have weapons too.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. So this is going to go on forever, and you know, it always starts as something small, and then it snowballs into something huge. So we're going to see how this plays out. The CBDC, federal digital currency, will be coming out supposedly in December. Now, what that is kind of like a crypto, right? You're going to be able to pay with a digital currency. So at some point, they're going to try to eliminate paper dollars, cash dollars. So what does that mean? They're going to know every single thing you buy. So that means if the paint guy comes to your house and says, I'm going to paint your house for $1,200, you go, hey, man, I'll give you $1,000 cash. Usually you say, oh, well, let's do that.
Right.
But now you want, nope, sorry, that's just paper money. Back in 1972, they got rid of what backed our paper currency with gold, right?
Gold standard.
So what happened was now our dollars are just backed by promises and hopes and dreams. We used to have quarters that were made from silver, right, and dimes. Now they're made from junk metal. They're not worth anything. It's backed by nothing. They know that. They realize that they're going to have to go to something else that will get you through. And Amazon just had that little chip implanted into your palm, so you can now pay at gas stations, pay with that. So that's kind of stuff that terrifies me.
It is. It's really scary. A lot of this stuff's happening. You got the administrative state, you know, running our country. It's you know, it's the bureaucrats behind the politicians in a lot of cases, because the politicians may come and go every 2 or 4 years. The administrative state is a fixture that's been boiling up. You know, you talk about the deep state. You talk about the swamp, you know, drain the swamp. Here's a quick clip about the administrative state.
You talk about the swamp, which I think is too cute a term. This is the administrative state coupled with the oligarchs in these industries. That's why they don't. Why are they out with the 80,000 IRS agents? Why are they hiring 80,000 IRS agents? And their one ad was, you got to be ready to use lethal force. That War Room didn't put that up. Gateway Pundit didn't put that up. Peter Navarro didn't type that up. That didn't come on. The FBI didn't find that in the drawer in Mar-a-Lago. That one ad was not. That was on the site of the IRS.
Yeah, Thomas. See, you know, they're saying, hey, you got to be ready to use lethal force on one hand, but then they're telling us we've got to give up our weapons and our ability to defend ourselves.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. There's
so many things going on in our country right now, like the presidential speech. I want every president to succeed. You'd have to be a fool not to. I want to succeed. I mean, they do right by the people. They lower the taxes. I wanted to hear this great speech about, hey, we're doing this to get gas prices down. We're doing this to stop the fentanyl coming across the border. We're doing, and that's what I would love to hear. But I heard this crazy hate speech, and it kind of made half this country so boiling mad. I had to turn it off. I was like, I can't even listen to this now. I wanted to hear something good, and I should have, but we didn't. Just like what we're talking about is the student loans coming up. So you have so many people against it. You have so many people for it, but they really don't realize the middle line here is this. You had so many people that passed away from COVID or whatever happened.
Yeah.
So during COVID and all this, they didn't have to pay their student loans. That means these banks weren't getting money. This money isn't going to the kids. This money is actually going to be to bail out the banks and to also give to the colleges. That's the two people that are getting the money. So you have to read between the lines in this. That's going to help the banks because they haven't collected any money for the last couple years on this. And the students that haven't had to pay for it, now the banks are getting their money for it. So when they make it sound like, oh, we're going to help these kids out, it's really helping the banks out and the colleges. If they really wanted to do something about it, lower the stupid prices of college and have these colleges bail these kids out. Here you go, kids. Here's some refunds. They have billions of dollars in these colleges, but they're not doing it. They're going to get a lot more money coming up.
Have them write off the debt on their own balance sheet and then pass it along to our grandkids.
Absolutely. Why do I get stuck with the bill?
Yeah, we get stuck with it. And the same thing with inflation. Inflation is a tax that hurts the poor and the middle class much more than the wealthy. You know, the wealthy, the corporate America, they've been winning because they knew that they had a certain amount of time at 0 to 0.25% interest rates to go out and leverage and borrow and buy. And you know, then that's when you see the stock buybacks, the manipulation in the currency markets. Russia just shut down Nord Stream, the pipeline. Europe is panicking.
Yes.
You know, this is going to ripple effect into a lot of different areas.
Poland, it's going to hurt a lot. Right now, there's big droughts going on in China and other countries, too. So when you go on different websites, agricultural websites, they're talking about unprecedented in 2023 food shortages.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but get prepared on anything you can right now because you don't know where this is going to go.
You sure don't. We're talking with Thomas King here, Florida Firearms Academy. You got to stop by his office location over there in the Oldsmar area, close to county line, the Pinellas and Hillsborough county line right there by the
Oldsmar Flea Market.
Yep. So you're right back in there. Online at ffatampa.com, ffatampa.com, Florida Firearms Academy, longtime friend. And we do have a open southern border. You know, all the other things we mentioned, the southern border is another huge threat.
Yeah, I recently had someone come in from the southern border. He was an agent, and the things he told me completely terrified. I had to Google it to see if it was even true what he was even telling me. So they're sending applications out to kids in Mexico looking for a 12-year-old to marry. You know, in California, you can marry a 12-year-old, and I think it was New Orleans. You can marry. I had to Google that to see if it was true. So there's a website. You sponsor them. These kids come across the border, and then what a lot of them are doing is now they have these kids as kids sex trafficking.
Yeah.
So that's terrifying to me. The stories that this young man told me, he said he didn't even want to go back there anymore. He just cried every day, saw little kids getting raped by 10, 12 guys, just trying to stop this, put these people in jail. It's terrifying. And the amount of drugs that are coming across there, they said they won't even report that on the news. There's only a couple news channels that want to talk about this, but they're not.
Yeah. Luckily, there's some good, good alternative methods out there. You have like Real America's Voice, Newsmax, One America News. Salem Media does a great job, especially with the TV or the movies. If you haven't checked out salemnow.com, you got to check out salemnow.com. Great movies on there. 2,000 Mules, about how they stole the election and used the drop boxes, the Zucker boxes. Uncle Tom 2 just came out about how they mischaracterized the race relations in America. That one's by Larry Elder. But yeah, there are some good folks out there. Daily Wire, different places like that. But yeah, the corporate-owned CNBC, all those places, no, it's garbage.
Larry Elder, amazing guy. We met him in person.
Yeah.
Such a nice guy, so smart. It's a pleasure meeting that guy.
He should have won that California governorship, man.
I don't even know how close it was, but it did put fears in people's eyes that people really did like him and how he spoke and how smart he was. So.
Oh yeah, he was very well spoken, very articulate, and then they still called him the white face or black face of white supremacy. Can you believe that?
It's just how to tear a country apart, man.
It is.
You know,
exactly.
I don't care what you are, what you believe in. It's just common sense is what it should all be about.
Common sense.
And helping out the American people, one way or another, getting it done.
Americans are hurting right now as well. You know, credit card debt up $46 billion over the last, and that was in Q2. You hear total debt is at the highest point it's been. You've got car repossessions happening. You've got rent and mortgages behind. 5.4 million people are saying in the next 30 to 60 days they are in the possibility to be evicted or kicked out. So this is all bubbling up. This is all coming to a head.
And wait till you see the crime wave after that.
Exactly.
Right now, it's every 45 seconds there's a carjacking.
Wow.
Every 1 minute there's 2 home invasions.
Wow.
Home invasions.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Wait till it gets worse.
Well, Thomas, that's about our time for today, my friend. Folks, you got to go by his Facebook page. He's got some pretty cool things going on, contest on social media. Tell them about it, Thomas.
We do a lot of stuff, but we do have a suppressor party. We are now the largest NFA distributor around. We are the largest sports academy around with 40 different types of training, 20 different instructors. But on 9/19, we're doing a suppressor party. If you are a member, you get free ammo, get to try a bunch of cool suppressed firearms, free of charge, of course. We're going to have a lot of fun, have some awesome deals. We're going to have Dead Air sponsors out there, so you'll be able to get some awesome stuff.
9/19 suppressor party, Florida Firearms Academy.
9/9.
FFAtampa.com. Check them out online, FFAtampa.com. Thomas King, always a pleasure, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and good luck. God bless America.
God bless America. That's right. All right, taking a quick break. Coming back, Martine Gramatica, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Super Bowl winner. He was part of that Super Bowl winning team. Now the current coach of the indoor soccer league team here in Tampa Bay. Coming up here on the other side of the break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. in studio with Martine Gramatica, Automatica Gramatica, that is, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Super Bowl winner. LifeGuard Imaging, LifeGuardImaging.com, saving lives through early detection.
Thanks for having me, Brandon. Yes, that's what we're doing at LifeGuard Imaging. You come in asymptomatic, and that's what we do. You're being proactive. You're coming in. We do a scan from the neck to the pelvis. It's a full body scan. It's a 3D image of every organ, and that's where 90% of the deadliest cancers are, in our mid region. So we can see everything. But for your listeners, we have a real good special. We have a $599 value, absolutely complimentary. They can come in for a coronary artery scan, which will give you their calcium score, 100% complimentary for your people.
Very cool. Hey, take them up on that offer, 813-917-1894. Call or text, complimentary scan, 813-917-1894, and check them out online, lifeguardimaging.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Have you desired more income and more freedom in your life? Now is your time. Keller Williams Realty has just launched our own real estate school, and you can get licensed for free. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And for the first 3 people who reach out, I will personally coach you. 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Hot listing here in Tampa Bay, 1618 West De Leon Street. This is a brand new listing in Hyde Park area, Hyde Park Village. Open house going on Sunday, 12 to 3. Great opportunity to see beautiful condo, Mediterranean Palace right here in beautiful South Tampa, close to Hyde Park. Walking distance to Irish 31 Bar right there on the corner. 1618 West De Leon Street here in Tampa Bay. 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, 2,266 square feet, multi-story townhome with large ceilings, vaulted ceilings, stainless steel appliances, private balconies, 2-car garage. Great opportunity. Check out the beautiful photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks, 1618 West De Leon Street. Open house Sunday, 12 to 3. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got our friend Martine Gramatica. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing, man?
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Thanks for having me back.
Doing well, doing well. How's the summer been treating you?
Summer's good. Well, summer's over. Once the kids go to school, summer's over. But
yeah.
The weather here still feels like
Feels
summer.
like it, right?
Man, this weekend we had Labor Day soccer tournament.
Yeah.
It was brutal out there.
Oh, I bet, man.
But
yeah.
I'll take the heat over the cold any day, man. I went to school in Kansas.
Yeah.
I do not miss the cold weather.
I'm with you there. I did a little bit of a ball up in Virginia, and that was cold enough for me, too.
Yeah. No, stuff, Florida, man. We're Florida boys. I'm not going anywhere but south.
Exactly.
Never north.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And LifeGuard Imaging, we got about a minute left in this segment, kind of a short segment here, but give us a quick overview of LifeGuard Imaging, and we'll come back after the break.
Yeah, so for anybody listening to your show, Brandon, we're offering the free heart scan, which shows the calcification of the arteries, or if there is some. So that's what we do. We do preventative heart scans, preventative full body scans for cancer as well. There's over hundreds of cancers that develop in our mid region. So our scanner goes from the chin to the pelvis, that's where we catch, and we see somebody having something inside their body that they don't know because they don't have any symptoms.
Right.
1 to 3 patients a day where we're saving somebody's life because we're seeing something inside that they don't know they have.
There's not many more scary words in the English language than the C word.
Right.
Can you imagine if you hear the C word, you're like, whoa, what is it? The blood? Is it the bones? Is it the breast? What is it? Scary stuff, man. More with Martine Gramatica coming up on the other side of this break. LifeGuard Imaging, free heart scan. Reach out to the show hotline. We'll put you in touch with Martine and his team. Free heart scan. And coming right back, more with Martine Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, in studio with Martine Gramatica, representing LifeGuard Imaging. Before we jump back into this content, I want to let you know about a hot listing here in 1307 Normandy Circle in Palm Harbor. This is a beautiful property. We've got an open house going on this weekend, 12 to 3, Saturday and Sunday, 12 to 3, Normandy Circle in Palm Harbor. Beautiful home here for sale. Does need a little bit of updating, depending on if you like kind of like that old rock wall look, but you know, the kitchen's looking nice. He's got beautiful white cabinetry throughout the kitchen, got a pool, screened-in pool, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2-car garage, 2,600 square foot ranch-style home with a pool. It's a corner lot. You got water views in the back as well. 1307 Normandy Circle in Palm Harbor. One of our hot real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, close to downtown Palm Harbor and, of course, Dunedin and the Gulf Beaches. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And this segment brought to you by Replenish IV Solutions. I just came from their South Tampa location, and I got juiced up. I had the proverbial oil change there. I had a vitamin infusion drip directly into my bloodstream. Crucial vitamins, nutrients going into your body, and it helps you form optimal, and it also boosts your immunity. So Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check them out online, replenishivsolutions.com. All right, Martin Gramatica is in the studio here, and yeah, a lot of good stuff happening, man. You got LifeGuard Imaging. You got the new gig with the soccer team. Man, you're on a roll. You got a lot of momentum, brother.
Well, I don't know about momentum, but a lot of stuff going on now. And I always say, you know, it's not work though. It's all fun. Everything
Right.
I've been doing, I'm enjoying doing. I mean, obviously coaching soccer, that's what I love to do, and I've been coaching the youth now for 15 years. This will be the first time coaching professional men's and women's
Nice.
team. And then with LifeGuard, when you can help save a life, you know, and I never thought I'd ever be in a position, you know,
Yeah.
playing sports my whole life, that now I could do something where you could literally save lives.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome to be able to be in that position. It's funny how the you know, the timing in life happens, and it's funny how, you know, the different, just one connection can put you to this place, and you know, that journey on this beautiful trip called life.
That's true. Yeah, no, and when Frankie and Eric indirectly offered me the job, and I kind of just said, I don't know anything about medicine. Why would I even do anything like that? And then my wife came and got her scan, because we were patients first. And then after a week, I brought her in to get her scan, and then again they mentioned, hey, you'd be great at this. And all of a sudden, she's like, look, hear him out. Who knows what this could lead to? And we had a nice lunch meeting, and from there I started about 6 months ago, and it's been awesome. And just like our patients feel comfortable at, you know, coming into our office, that's the same way the staff feels. You know, it's like a family.
Right.
So, because, you know, when you came to get your scan, you probably had a little bit of anxiety, not knowing what's inside you.
Sure.
Because nobody really has ever done it. You know,
Right.
nobody has had a full body scan where we're going to see everything. It's a 3D image of every organ.
Yeah.
From the neck to the pelvis.
Yeah.
So if it's a 2 millimeters shadow, which is the tip of a pen, we'll see it.
Wow.
So when you go to the scan, you're thinking, man, I don't know. You know, I'm kind of anxious to know what's going on, if there's something going on. So you have that little bit of anxiety.
Right.
But our staff makes sure that everybody feels at ease, feels comfortable from when you walk through the door. Our receptionists are always greeting everybody with a smile. Our techs, or patient advocates. Because that's one of the things, you know, when a patient comes in for the free heart scan, they're going to meet with a patient advocate.
Yeah.
And the patient advocate's going to explain to them the benefits of scanning yearly, because, you know, the one scan's great because now we're going to set a baseline.
Yes.
And we're going to see everything. Hopefully it's unremarkable. Unremarkable means everything's fine.
Yep.
And then from there, by scanning yearly, we'll catch if anything were to develop in those 5 years, we'll catch it at the earliest stage, and that's when you can survive it. That's when, you know, getting that diagnosis early, it's kind of like mammograms.
Yeah.
Mammograms are the most detective. It's the most detective cancer, breast cancer, is because why? We're being preventative. We're women doing it yearly, and it's the most survived cancer because we're doing preventative. So the way we explain our scan is a mammogram of the body.
Yeah, exactly. And early detection saves lives, that's for sure. We're talking with Martine Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. LifeGuard Imaging right here in Tampa Bay, over on the Causeway there. Great location, very close proximity to almost everybody in our listening audience. And I can't remember if I told you this before, but you know, my cousin Paul had played for the Bucks. He was a defensive back in the day, back in the creamsicle years. You know? And he actually had breast cancer last year. You know, or maybe the year before now. It's been a little while. But, you know, he just was stretching one day and he kind of felt right here and he had a lump in his breast. You know, so some people finding out that way, you know, if he had, you know, this technology back then, or maybe there was. But, you know, early detection is my point, is the key.
Well, the thing is, Brandon, men do not get mammograms, but we do have breast tissue.
Right.
And men can get and develop breast cancer. And our scanner has caught breast cancer in men.
Yes.
So that's very important. That's a great point you bring, because we're thinking, oh, men, we don't get breast cancer. No, you can get it as well. And that's the thing. You just mentioned we're in our backyard. Yep. We're one of 5 facilities in the country that do what we do the way we do it.
Wow.
Because if you go get a full body scan at a hospital, they're not going to scan you. They're going to say, what's wrong with you? What hurts? Yep. And they're going to scan that body part or that organ where they think the issue is. But they're not going to do a preventative scan of your whole body.
Right.
And that's what we do at our office. When you come in, when patients come in, if they're wanting to enroll or even get just a single scan, they're going to know so much information about what's going on inside. We see, and you talk about the IV drip, we're so worried about how we look by, you know, doing, you know, aesthetic stuff.
Yep.
The IV to feel good.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, if we're not looking inside, all that stuff doesn't mean anything if we're not healthy inside. And that's what the scan there does. We can see if anything's going on.
Right. Yeah. It's peace of mind. It's understanding and just knowing that, hey, I've done everything I can do, you know, within reason to control these variables that, you know, a lot of times are not controllable. But, you know, again, back to early detection. So I had the heart bypass a couple years. October will be 2 years now. But yeah, I mean, what a life, you know, changing event. You know, you really start thinking about, wow, I could have been gone. You know, it was a heart attack. They asked me, when did you have your heart attack? I said, what heart attack are you referring to? You know, so they looked on the EKG. But yeah, you know, things like that, they change your perspective. And also, great point. You know, people are worried about Botox and you know all these different plastic surgeries, fake breast or whatever. But yeah, inside your body, that's a big point.
And you're the lucky one, Brandon, because a lot of times this first sign of heart disease or cancer is too late.
Right.
And somebody dies of a heart attack every 33 seconds.
Wow.
That's how many people are dying of a heart attack. And it can be prevented, because with cancer, at times, if we catch it too late, there's nothing you can do. We've caught cancer where it's spread throughout the body, and those patients that probably have, you know, not much of a chance. With heart, if we find it early, you can go to a cardiologist where they could do the heart cath and put a stent or do the bypass.
Yep.
So if we catch it early with heart, there's something you can still do.
Yeah.
Like I said, my friend, when she came in and she didn't want to scan, that's one of the things why I tell people, if you come together, you're both scanning. Because if you're worried about your spouse, then you're the one with the problem. Usually that's how it is. The one that's worried about their spouse is the one that has the issue. She had 95% blockage.
Wow.
The scary part about this, and I didn't know this because she came on another show we do on the bone, she was being seen by a cardiologist, and the heart was ruled out because she walked 7 miles a day.
Wow.
She passed an EKG and passed the echocardiogram.
Wow.
Oh, the stress test. I'm sorry, the stress test. So now she's passed all these tests. So they're like, your symptoms are not from your heart.
Wow.
And sure enough, had 95% blockage.
Wow, that's amazing.
And she's a mom of a player of mine, and we just spent, you know, this weekend he was on the team, and she thanks me every time she sees me, because now she's like, I don't know if I would be here right now watching my son.
Yeah.
And more than likely, probably not at 95% blockage.
LifeGuard imaging is changing lives. Oh, by the way, you know, the experience, I can tell you from firsthand experience, it's a first-class operation. Frankie and his wife and the whole staff, I forget, you know, a bunch of the names right now, but, you know, very nice. Everybody was super cordial, and it's just something that you got to do. You got to look at it if you haven't done that. And he's offering also our listeners a free heart scan. We have a 30-second or 60-second spot running during our show, so you can catch that number anytime if you're getting in and out of your vehicle right now and you don't have that time. But reach out to the hotline. We'd love to put you in touch. 813-917-1894. Just call or text the show hotline, 813-917-1894. We'll put you in touch with Martine Gramatica and his team over at LifeGuard Imaging right here in beautiful Tampa Bay.
No, I appreciate that, Brandon. Yeah, anybody that comes in, like I said, we're going to make sure they are as comfortable as possible. You're going to have a little anxiety not knowing what's going on, but come in, get your free heart scan. And if you're interested in our enrollment package where we're scan patients yearly for the full body, you can do that. We have the virtual colonoscopy that's much less invasive than the traditional colonoscopy and much more thorough, because now with our virtual colonoscopy, we're seeing inside and outside the colon. There's times where patients have had conventional clean colonoscopies and have died of colon cancer because the cancer was in the outer wall and it seeped in. So the virtual colonoscopy is definitely a much less invasive. No anesthesia needed.
Right.
So a lot of times, we had a girl in the office have one and was back to work in 20 minutes. Really, there's no discomfort, and you're not being put under. That's huge.
Yeah, I did mine, and it was in and out, quick and easy. And of course, my work goes with me anywhere this phone's traveling with me, so I'm right back on the phones. But yeah, Martine Gramatica, LifeGuard Imaging, right here in Tampa Bay, free heart scan, and then I also recommend getting signed up for the 5-year plan. Get that baseline day one, and then every year you go back in and you're going to check it out and make sure it's still clean, or if there's any minor growth. Have you seen people from the year 1 to 2, 3, kind of see changes, and then it's like, oh, this is something we got to get a closer look at?
We literally, our year was a week ago. So now we're going to start scanning our patients that first started scanning with us. So yeah, so we'll have that. And the nice thing about that, you don't need a consultation now. So patients that scan for their second year, for the second time, they'll come in and out, and it's like you saw, a 7-minute scan. So you barely wait in the office. We put you in the scanner. You're on your way, and now we'll have information again for your second year. So yeah, it's a lot easier process the second time around, because and a lot much quicker. Now everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so Martin, you were a former Buccaneer and a Super Bowl winner, and we're just kicking off football season. What's your take on the team this year?
Well, we have number 12 back, so that's that's an added bonus. Yeah, no, I think we have a great team. We've added some nice pieces. I mean, as far as weapons, we've got a ton of weapons for Tom Brady. The O-line, we had some injuries, some retirements, but at the end of the day, Tom Brady makes a lot of those O-linemen look really good. So just as long as they can give him a little time, he gets the ball out so quick and
quick release.
Yeah, and then with Todd Bowles jumping in to be the head coach, I think it's with Bruce Arians still involved, still around, but Todd Bowles knows that he's going to manage the defense, and he's going to let Tom Brady and Byron Leftwich handle the offense just like it was before. So I think it's going to be seamless. Even though you have a new head coach, it's pretty seamless because he was already one of your coordinators.
Yeah, it's not like you're changing coordinators or having some big change like they did back with what was it, Clyde Christensen, different.
Right, there's no system change, more or less. He's going to let the offense do what they were doing. And maybe with a little more freedom now for Byron Leftwich and Tom Brady to do what they, because I know Bruce Arians likes to throw the ball a lot. He's one of those, no risk and no biscuit, where, Tom Brady's always been successful with a good running game, so we may be running the ball a lot more than we have in the last couple of years. But then with a solid defense, Todd Bowles has done a great job with that defense.
Balance it out. How's our kicker this year, by the way?
Our kicker's good, man. We got Ryan Succop's coming back for his 3rd year who's here with the Bucs. So now he's solid, man. He's a solid vet, and we're good with there. We're good there.
Last thing I saw over the weekend, or one of the Sports Center replays, I guess there was a guy that hit a 66-yarder. Right, recently, so that broke your record, right?
Justin Tucker, but he hit it in the NFL.
Okay,
NFL. Still broke my record, but still very impressive in a dome. Now this kid's got a cannon. I mean, he's but not only that, he's very solid and consistent. So he's the best kicker in the NFL right now.
Yeah, has a strong leg, man.
Not only strong leg, but accurate. Because at the end of the day, my kids kick, and I said it's not about how strong your leg is. Because if you can't make a 40-yarder, you're not going to be employed, or you're not going to get signed in college. So you have to worry about those 50 and end, 45 and end, because those are the most important ones. Every now and then you'll kick a long one with with Justin Tucker, I mean, he's very consistent, and not only that, now he shows his leg strength with a 66-yarder. Yeah, that was a heck of a kick.
Yeah. It's the difference between NFL and college that it's on. You can have the block still in college.
Well, college, no.
Was that high school?
You used to be able to have the block, but no, mine was the longest without the block. There was like a 77, I think, in college with a block.
Wow.
So off the ground,
right?
Yeah, these are the
much
two
harder.
longest. Oh yeah. You
Much
lose elevation and distance. You lose about
Right.
probably 5 yards, maybe depending on the technique of the kicker, maybe
Right.
even more than 5 yards.
Yeah, awesome, man. All right, where do you want folks to connect with you at, buddy?
Well, they can come on, our website, lifeguardimaging.com. They can call we have answering service where they can call in and schedule an appointment. Our marketing group does a phenomenal job with that. 813-524-1010. They can do that as well. Mention the Brandon Rhymes or the Consumer Quarterback Show.
Perfect.
And they'll get that free heart scan.
Awesome, buddy. Thanks for coming in, Martin.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Good to see you, brother.
Take care.
All right, taking a quick break. Coming back, Clyde Smith. He's going to give us a beach update from the Bilmar Beach Resort, Treasure Island, Florida. And we'll be right back after this short break.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here. We are looking for real estate investors. We've got a new relationship bringing us a tremendous amount of off-market real estate investment opportunities. So text the word investor to our hotline, 813-750-0550. Off-market real estate investment opportunities. Text investor to 813-750-0550. Brandon Rhymes here, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, looking for real estate investors. Send us a text.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here for Cleaning Commandos here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Cleaning Commandos are hiring, and they're offering competitive wages, flexible hours, relaxed atmosphere, and a sign-on bonus. Reach out if you'd like a career with the Cleaning Commandos here in Tampa Bay. Info at cleaningcommandosllc.com or call 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550. Cleaning Commandos, Consumer Quarterback Show.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Brandon Rhymes here, back in studio. Coming up, Clyde Smith, Bilmar Beach Resort Beach Update from the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, Bilmar Beach Resort. Before we do, we like to feature our listings here. 9221 New York Avenue. We got 30 acres for sale in Hudson. This is a great development opportunity. It's got to be an industrial or commercial use, though. 9221 New York Avenue in Hudson, 30 acres, $2.7 million. Great offering, 30 acres, Hudson, Florida. Pasco County, 9221 New York Avenue. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Buy dirt, find the one you can't live without.
Buy some dirt. And we always like to tell you something good.
Tell me something good.
All right, so elementary school makes parents laugh in the carpool line with celebrity-inspired signs. So it's kind of mixing it up today from our feel-good stories. Normally, it's producer Nick was saying it's people saving lives and kind of similar stuff. But this one's a little bit lighter. An elementary school at the PTA group in Ohio made morning drop-off lines more bearable by entertaining the parents. On August 29, parents who drove up to Austin Town Elementary School in Youngstown. First day of classes were greeted by pop culture flashbacks. So traffic signs inspired by beloved celebrities. So Kent Park here read a sign in the image of rapper MC Hammer with his "You Can't Touch This" era, and "Tell the Kids Bye Bye Bye" was printed on a second sign showing former boy band N Ste, referencing their 2000 hit song. So the president of the PTA said inspired by Arizona School District that posted creative drop-off signs, and she said she wanted to make the parents smile too. Car lines are hard. So all right, we're going to our phone lines here. Clyde Smith, Bilmar Beach Resort, Treasure Island, Florida. Clyde, what's happening, my friend?
Brandon, how are you doing? Great to be on the show again. Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure.
We're doing good here. The summer's in our rearview mirror now, and we're looking forward to just a great fall here at the beach. It's, a little slower this time of year, so perfect time for the staycation if you want to avoid traffic and all of that. And we've got some great resident rates available and TV on the football on the TVs and Sloppy Joe's. So that's kind of our theme this time, both pro and college. We have 14 TVs just in Sloppy Joe's alone. So most of the great games are on there.
Not much better than going from the pool to the bar, hanging out, getting some good food there with Sloppy Joe's, maybe take a walk down to the beach at halftime, and just enjoying the best of, not only just paradise here in Tampa Bay, but, also some fun stuff on the screens there, maybe watching your local Buccaneer football team.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to that. They have the big beach bash over in St. Pete Beach this weekend, so if you want to try to come over here, stay at the Treasure Island at the Bilmar, and take a free beach ride up to the beach bash and have a good time with some of the Bucks, and it should be a really good time. That's a great party every year up there.
Yeah, I think I caught one of the concerts one time up that way. A lot of cool stuff happening over there on the beaches, and of course, Pinellas County, one of the best areas in the state. It is densely populated, but it has a lot of water, and of course, you can take the boats out. You got Freedom Boat Club. I'm a member of that. But yeah, it's a great place to go, and you also have the standing ovations coming up in the next couple months.
That is, we're just over 60 days out from the 14th annual standing ovations. It's going to be November 17th to 20, and once again, they're going to do an encore the following weekend because so many people have family in for Thanksgiving. We're going to do another festival the next weekend, so double the fun. But all the art will be out there. And speaking of art, we participated with Creative Pinellas again, and we have an art gallery actually put up inside the lobby of the hotel. It's Beyond the Walls, they call it. And they participate with area hotels and get the artist's work out of the galleries and studios and into hotels. So our visitors can see them and enjoy it, really see that there's even more to the beach. There's such a great art scene going on in Pinellas County, and we're excited to participate for the third year in a row with that. So hopefully when you come over, you can see some of Zeno's artwork that we have on display.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love to check out different art flair and different flavors in that. And if you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Clyde Smith. He's the general manager over the Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island, right at the end of Central Avenue. I believe it turns into basically right into the parking lot there, Clyde.
It does. If you hit the sand, you went too far. So
yeah,
we're right there, and of course, the connection to downtown is so terrific here. You just go straight up Central Avenue, and you're down at the pier, and all there is to offer downtown St. Petersburg. So we love our location. Of course, just north of us, you have John's Pass with all there is to do there, the dining and shopping local, and it's just a wonderful area to be. And of course, we have the two restaurants right here on property, the Wave Fun Zone and Sloppy Joe's we mentioned. I have a new menu coming out for Sloppy Joe's, going to change that up a little bit, just try to put some fresh items on there that people do enjoy. So you'll see some of that, both breakfast and the lunch and dinner menu are going to change up a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. Got two pools on site as well. One a little bit more family-oriented. The other one's maybe a little bit different. Then you got the hot tub. You got the hot tub over there. You walk to the beaches. You can rent all types of fun toys out there for the the kayaks and all those types of things as well on the beach.
Yep, first hour of kayak and paddleboard is on us every day, and bicycles are available to take on the mile-long Treasure Island Beach Trail. So it's a great area. You can just kick back and do nothing, or there's lots of activities if you want to venture out a little bit.
Have you noticed anybody out there? Sometimes early in the morning you can catch some fish right off the beach there. Have you noticed people catching some fish lately?
We have had a couple doing that. They just go right across the street to the bait and tackle, get some fresh bait, or they, some people bring their cast net and do it that way. And fishing, I'm told, is pretty good. I haven't gotten out there as much myself. I do most of my fishing of golf balls out of the pond, but the fishing on Treasure Island is still really good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you got the towel, the beach chairs out there. Get a nice umbrella and just kind of post up for the day, and that's one of the major advantages as well. Is the beach is separated from the pool, so you're going to be able to you're not going to hear the Marco Polo and all the kids
right.
games going on, right?
No, but there are plenty of kids games available though. We have them out on the beach, and of course our beach is big enough, great for flying kites, and Windworks just up at John's Pass will get everyone set up with a starter kit or a professional kit. And it's there's room for everybody out there.
Awesome. Yep, we got to come see you soon. Clyde Smith, General Manager, Bilmar Beach Resort. Book directly, and go to the website as well. Check them out online. Clyde, how do you want folks to connect?
Now, the best way is BilmarBeachResort.com. If they're local, which probably are somewhat, if they're listening to this, they can just drop on the deals page. There we honor our military. We have couples rates, and we have local rates, so that's going to be the best one. We also have our Buy Direct, which is always one of the better rates out there if you don't qualify for something else.
All right, good stuff.
BilmarBeachResort.com.
BilmarBeachResort.com. Thanks so much, Clyde. We want you to go out there and please consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.